Welcome to Kippy C Math! Today we're going to put numbers in order. Just like these cousins of Bruno are in order. Big to small or small to big. Order means to arrange something in a certain sequence or consistent pattern. In the case of numbers, we order from least to greatest or greatest to least. So for example, 1, 2, 3 are in order because they keep getting bigger and bigger. They're in order from least to greatest. 3, 2, 1 is also in order because it gets smaller and smaller. But in this case, it's in order from greatest to least.
Cookie!
Let's drag these cookies in order from least to greatest. That means the smallest cookie will be here, the next smallest cookie will be here, and the biggest cookie will be here. The smallest cookie went first because it said least to greatest, so we started with the smallest. Then came the next smallest cookie, and then came the biggest cookie, the greatest. Now drag the cookies in order from greatest to least. That means the greatest to the least, the smallest. Now we start with the biggest cookie, and then the next biggest cookie, and we end with the littlest cookie. So we can put numbers in order from least to greatest, and it's just like comparing less than greater than, except for it's more than two numbers. So we're still going to make that place value chart, and we're still going to look in the biggest place first. So I see that this number is the very biggest because it has the most 10,000s. I look in the next place value and I see that this number is the very smallest. So if I'm ordering from least to greatest, I start with that number, then the next smallest, then the biggest. Those are in order from least to greatest. If it had said greatest to least, I would have just reversed it. Now, there is one other special thing we're going to see, which is the numbers might not be written in standard form. That means like the way we normally see numbers written. And there's even a special super duper form that we haven't seen before. I like to call this super duper expanded form because it looks kind of like when we broke numbers up by values, but we've got these multiplications. Don't worry. You learned about multiplication in 3rd grade. You learned that this means 9 groups of 1,000. So when I put this number together, of course on my place value chart, I don't need to multiply. 9 groups of 1,000 means 9 right there in the thousands place. 3 groups of 100 means 3 right there in the hundreds place. 5 groups of 10 means 5 right there in the tens place. And 8 groups of 1 means 8 right in the ones place. Now I can order this number just like I order any number. The key of always, always, always is my place value chart. Let's hear how to do that with 3 really wacky looking numbers in all kinds of forms with our special guest. Hello! Welcome!
Hi everybody. I'm Mr. Brown, and I'm so excited to be here with you, and I work at Honor Academy.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to have you. Mr. Brown, we're trying to put these numbers in order from least to greatest, but they look really funny. 32,000 is written in words, and then 1 is written in like super duper expanded form. What should we do?
Okay, I can help you with this. First, you want to make a big place value chart because we're dealing with some big numbers. So we want to make a huge place value chart.
Okay.
Then we want to fill it in. We want to label it. So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, and then our 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s.
Got it.
Okay. Then we can just plug in our numbers. So our first number is 32,000 in words. I'm going to put my 32 in my thousands place.
Okay. Got it. And I'll just fill in all these other empty spots with zeros, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, done.
My next number, this is a big one. So I have 3 times 1,000. So that goes in my thousands place.
Okay.
Then I have 9 times 100. 9 times 100, that goes in my hundreds place.
Okay.
And then we have 9 times 10, that goes in my tens place, and I can fill everything else with zeros.
Okay, so, so that number's really 32,990. Yes. Now I see. Okay, cool.
Then my last number, we have 31,000, and then we have 287.
Okay.
So I put my 31 in my thousands place.
Uh-huh.
And my 287 goes in my hundreds place.
Got it.
So now we're going to try to find the biggest number. So I'm looking in my 10,000s place, and I notice that I have 2 3s. So they're the same. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to go to my next biggest place, which is my 1,000s place. And I see that 32,000 is my biggest number.
Perfect. Okay, I'm writing it. All right, 32,000 is the biggest. So then next comes 31,287.
Yes.
And this one must be the smallest.
3,990.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, now it's time to practice. I'll help you out. Step 1, place value chart. For words, I pay attention to this special value. I put 1 in the thousands, 490 after the thousands. For this one, I look at my place value, 14 thousands. 14 doesn't fit in the thousands. Bump this one over. 6 tens, 8 ones. What should I put in this empty spot? I should put a 0. So I get 14,068. And now, don't be worried. This is really just the same as this. It's just written with a symbol. 2 groups of 1,000. This is like saying 2 thousands. This is like saying 2 hundreds. This is like saying 6 tens. This is like saying 8 ones. Go ahead and drag the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 8 to their correct spot on the chart. 2 goes in the thousands place. 4 goes in the hundreds place, 6 goes in the tens place, and 8 goes in the ones place. Now I can automatically see what is the biggest because it has the biggest place value. When I look in the 1,000s place, this number has the lowest 1,000, so this number is the least. And when I drag them from least to greatest, I'm going to put this one least, this one next, and this one next. Yay for your super brain! Here we have some super brains in order from least to greatest too.